How's everybody doing? Hope you're all doing alright. Yeah, I just had a lot of ideas floating around in my mind earlier. But anyway, one of the guys that I probably watch a lot, I've watched a fair amount of times, is a guy by the name of Prince EA. I've shared his videos before. He's phenomenal in everything that he says, because he's I don't know. It's hard to explain it. Hard to encapsulate all of that. I mean, I know last night I was gonna go off of what Pastor Jeff was talking about with regards to him talking about Matt Richmond. There's so many different things going on out there. I mean, it's good to get filled. Good to get inspired by different people, and just allow them to speak into your life. And then it's like, then next thing you know, it becomes a outworking of something else. We're living. It seems like Sundays for me have always been like that time where I find a online service to watch, and but see, the problem I have, the thing I have, is I'm bouncing around a lot. I go from one pastor to the next, and it's just how it is. We're all trying to find that one thing that's gonna, hey, let's do this. Maybe we can try and that's gonna make you happy. It's gonna be that one nugget that you need. That's gonna carry on to the next week, the next day, the next month, year, whatever. And I'm just, it's like I've got 1,000,001 things going on in my mind right now. I've got, like, thinking about the last video that I watched about a father taking his son to a graveyard. My whole thing with that, I'll say it like this. It's like, that's a place that's full of unfulfilled dreams. Full of dreams and visions and goals that never got complete. That never made their final destination. And it's like, we may never know when that time comes. We don't. God says in His Word, you're not gonna know that. You're not gonna know when that is. I mean, for some people it's 4 years, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, 5 days, a week. It could be a lot of things. There's a lot of people out there that thought they would never be dead. That thought, man, I'm never gonna die in 2020, and then all of a sudden they get the mysterious virus that has stricken them, and there they are. But you carry on, you keep doing what you're supposed to be doing, and that's all you can do. I think the biggest thing that the one thing that in that video, and I've said this before, is that money comes and goes all the time. Your bills, day-to-day expenses, and all that kind of stuff, right? But the one thing that does not is time. Time will always be you're losing time all the time. Time that you'll never get back. And I think that's an important thing that we forget. That we get too busy with life. We get too busy with working the job. Going from place to place all the time, or just maybe for some people it's it's been a slowing down period of time where they have had to reassess everything that's going on in their life, spend time with family more, and that's great. You should. That's awesome. But then there's also those people that are always pushing and grinding, and I think you always got to be that way. You know, like my business partner who I've known him for about 3 years already, and we're constantly working on something, you know, and I like everything that I'm working on with him, you know, like everything I'm working on him with him on is getting to that next level to where you're making 6 figures a year, and getting your time back, you know, because if you get your time back, guess what? You're gonna have more time than you know what to do with to write those books, to have and to see your vision, your dreams, your goals realized in a fresh and new way that you didn't before, because you were stuck in a job. You're sitting at a job that didn't pay you what you were worth, or maybe stuck in a job that didn't value what was on the inside here. It valued what you can do. And a lot of times that's a job. They value what your worth, your self-worth, and all your worth in general at that place is valued in what you're able to provide to that company. And you know, I think in terms of God, He values your life differently. You know, in the sense of, you know, you're a precious jewel. You know, that is to be sought, to be found. That is of more value, more worth than anything on this planet, than anything that is, than even the most valuable gold on the planet, or the most valuable diamond on the planet. You know, it sounds crazy to think that, but sometimes you just got to go to that low and to realize that's where it's at. You know, take that elevator all the way to the top and never let it stop. You know, never heard it said like that, but it's good. I think there's a lot of people out there that are just stuck in a rut, stuck in a grind, stuck in a one position, and they're stuck, and they're stuck, and they're stuck, and they're trying to get to that next thing. And what are you gonna do when you arrive? You know, there's a you know, I think that's kind of what he was hitting on last night in a way. You know, I was like, I just, you know, I hear a message like that, and I'll just start preaching myself happy. I'll just start blowing something up in the comments section, you know. But that's all good. It's like there's something that just sort of bursting out of me, you know. And it's like popcorn. It's like boom, 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 you know. Yeah, I'm trying to think what it was about. It was, cause I know Matt did a message a long time ago about have you earned your ride, and it's a good word, good message. You know, have you done enough to earn your ride? You know, and I think a lot of times we don't think about those things, you know, because here's a guy that, and around that time I think he was talking about a bell, and being able to ring that bell, and that for him that was a big occasion. And anytime that somebody's gone through treatment of cancer or whatever it is, and they've completed it, rings this bell, and it signifies, hey, it's like, hey, I've done it. It's like, you know, it's like pushing something, and it sets off something else, and it's a big, huge deal at the hospital now. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that video. I mean, the message. That was good. There was a lot of things in there that were important. So I'll leave that at that for now. Stay encouraged, stay blessed, stay lifted up. You know, reach out to people and that kind of thing. So love y'all. Peace.